In the next couple of videos, we're going to go over using Wagtail to create a team roster website. Basically, the functionality is going to be we can add people to the website and then list them on a main page so that we can easily find them and find out more information about them. It's something fairly simple and can give you an idea of how to use Wagtail. The first thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and do a little bit of a look at our project. I've already gone ahead and created it, and if we'll do an ls, you can see that we have our normal Wagtail project. We have a database, demo, home, our manage, requirements, and search. What I've gone ahead and done is added a members app. It's a normal Django app, and I've gone ahead and started off by putting in a model that we can use. So if we'll open up our models page, we'll do members models.py. And as you can see, I have a bunch of imports already, so we don't have to worry about adding those later. And then if you'll go down, you'll see the person model, and it's based on a page. So we're going to have a person page on our site. I have first name and last name. These are fairly standard fields. I have content panels, where they're field panels, so that we can just add in the first name and last name. I have the _str, so that there's a string representation of the object. And finally, there's the full name model method, so that we can return back a concatenated full name between the first and the last name. It's fairly simple, and it's not any different than the first Wagtail video where we were introducing, installing, and getting started with Wagtail. The next thing that we need to do is, in our system, we need to actually link pages together. So for the remainder of this video, we're going to go over the models that it takes to be able to link pages together. In the next video, we're going to show you the final two models to be able to finalize all of that, and then actually using the system. So the first model that we're going to create is we're going to create a link fields model, and it's just going to go ahead and inherit from our normal Django model. We're going to go ahead and add our first field of link external. It's going to be a URL field, and we're going to name it external link. And we're going to do blank equals true because it's not going to be a required field. And since URL field inherits from a character field, when we don't need to set a null equals true because it's just going to be an empty string in the database if nothing is populated. We're going to have a link page, and this is going to be used to actually link to other pages in our system. So the foreign key is going to be a wagtail core.page. So it's going to link to a page object and have a foreign key. Since it's a foreign key, we could null it to true. We'll do blank equals true so that we don't have any form validation. And then the related name is going to be a plus so that there isn't actually a reverse relationship on the page model. This is useful so that you don't look at your page model and then all of a sudden you have poof, all of these related pages, and they might not make any sense except in the context in which they're used, like this case. The next thing we're going to have is we're going to have our panels. And again, this is fairly basic. We've seen this before. So we have our field panel to the link external field. Then we have link page, and then we're going to use the page chooser panel for our link page. This is going to show a list of all of our pages, and then we can just select from there which one we want to link to. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a model method of link, but we want it to be a property, so we're going to add the property decorator. It's going to be fairly simple. If we do if self.linkPage, return self.linkpage.url, else return self.linkExternal. It's a fairly basic property that returns back either a link to another page or an external link. The only downside to this is it could link to an internal page. If you have that set, it'll override the external link if it has something filled in there as well. So that's something to be mindful of. Finally, we're going to add a meta class. We're going to set abstract to be equal to true. Since that's the case, we're going to use it in another model, and it's just going to inherit everything from it. The good thing about this model, though, is it's a link fields, and it's very idempotent in that we can use this with multiple different types of linking, because all it is an external link and an internal link to the website. The next model we're going to create is a related link model, and it's going to inherit from that link fields that we just created. It's going to be fairly simple. We're going to have a field called title so that we actually know what to name our links. It's going to have a max length of 255, and we're going to set our helper text to link title. so that our admin actually knows something good to set it to. Then finally, we're going to add some panels. We're going to do a field panel like we've done before for our title. And then we're also going to add a multi-field panel, and we're going to have it use the link fields panels from above. So what it's going to do is it's going to show the other two link fields that we had in our above. It's going to use the panels properly for that, but it's going to basically have kind of an area for those two, and at the top of that it's going to say a link. So it kind of gives you some better visual representation of where to edit the link information, and you'll see that in the next video. And finally, we're going to create this as a meta class as well, so that we can just inherit from it. So the next question is, why, if we just inherited from link fields to a related link, did we not just merge those together? And it's a good question. The easiest thing is that the link fields is something different than the related link. In the related link, we more specifically would like an internal link to our website, but we also want the link fields to be something idempotent so that it can be used somewhere else in our system without us having to use related link and have a funky name for it. It also helps with separation of concerns for the rest of our application. However, we could have easily gone ahead and merged those two together and not really seen any real problems. It's just the multi-field panel would need to be a list of panels instead of a link to the panels from above. So with that, we're done with our first two models. And in the next video, we'll actually use these models to create a couple of small ones and then actually show off our entire system, because really this is the bulk of what it takes to create our team directory where we can just see other people. Please join us for our next Wagtail video and have a great day.